In this video, we will explore how to create a post with Brainogen and see just how simple it is to use. Even though it's possible to create your first post in just 30 seconds, I will walk you through all the options available to customize your content fully. The process begins by navigating to the dashboard and clicking on the Projects tab. From there, you will see a button labeled Create New Project, which you can click to start the process. Once you click the button, the system will ask you what type of project you want to create and what kind of post you need for your blog. Brainogen offers two main types: the informative post, which is suitable for a variety of content types, and the Amazon product review post, designed for analyzing and promoting Amazon products. For this walkthrough, we will focus on the informative post. After selecting it, click Submit, and you'll be taken to the project configuration screen. Before diving into the setup details, let's take a look at the final results to better understand how everything works. For this demonstration, I've prepared two real examples of posts created entirely by Brainogen. These posts, which you can view on demo.brainogen.com, showcase the capabilities of the system. All the content in these posts was generated automatically without any manual edits, and they include a range of advanced features. One of the highlights of these posts is the featured image, which is automatically selected or generated to match the topic. For instance, in a post about paleo snacks, the featured image reflects that theme, ensuring visual consistency. Another standout feature is the integration with Amazon, which is entirely optional. If you want to promote your Amazon affiliate account, Brainogen automatically generates Amazon ads embedded with your affiliate links, saving you significant time. The posts also include a table of contents, created using a free WordPress plugin. Here we see a table showing ingredients, nutritional benefits, common uses, and other details. Next, we see a video. Posts created with Brainogen are multimedia, allowing you to specify which elements to include in the post. In this case, the post features a YouTube video. Continuing with the explanation, we come across another multimedia element, this time, a tweet from x.com related to the post's topic. Here, we see a bullet point, followed by another video, and another bullet point. In this example, we've configured the system to highlight important sentences with a yellow background. This creates a more visually appealing post, and it's all done automatically. We've also instructed the system to include educational links, which are always beneficial for SEO. You'll notice that the background of this section is a different color, and this can be configured within the project settings. Here, we see the inclusion of internal links within the post. This functionality is also automated using a free WordPress plugin. Moving on, we encounter another video. The number of videos included in a post is entirely configurable. Let me pause here to explain what Power Mode is and how it can be used in a project. Currently, there are two modes: Standard Mode, which costs 1 credit, and Power Mode, which costs 2 credits. The results from Power Mode are of significantly higher quality. With Power Mode, the quality of the text is much greater, so I always recommend using it. We'll see it in detail when we configure the project, but here's an example. Power Mode uses the Power Bot to analyze the top 10 search results for the keyword, allowing it to cite important sentences from these results, include relevant links, incorporate alternative viewpoints or topics not covered in the top 10 results. Additionally, we see an Instagram post that has been automatically included, along with a list of interesting links, another table, and Wikipedia links. Another heading appears here, and we can also see a link to a relevant source. It even copies key sentences from the source, which is great for SEO. Another Instagram post appears here, and finally, we see the length of the post. It's comprehensive and highly relevant, with all content closely tied to the topic. At the end, we find a FAQ section, which rounds out the post. Now let's look at another example, this time on a more serious topic: microscopes. The idea remains the same, with Amazon affiliate links, multimedia content, and a similar structure. I'll go through this example more quickly since it's similar to what we've just seen. Returning to the project configuration, I'll now explain step by step how to set up your project. First, note that you can use a template. Templates save you from having to enter information for every option. Alternatively, you can manually configure each setting. You can also create your own templates. For example, you could set up a template for your blog that includes 2 tweets, specific colors, 3 FAQs, 2 descriptions, and a particular style. You can then reuse this template for future projects. When creating a project, you'll first give it a name, such as Example Project. Next, you'll specify the website where the article will be published. To do this, you must first connect your website to Brainogen. In terms of generation mode, I always recommend Power Mode because it delivers much better results. Although it uses 2 credits compared to the 1 credit required for standard mode, I prefer fewer high-quality articles over a larger number of less impactful ones. Power mode offers 4 configurable options, which you can toggle on or off. Include references and links from the top 10 search results. Add alternative viewpoints to challenge or expand on the dominant opinions in the top 10 results. Introduce new topics not covered by the top 10 results. Cite relevant sentences from analyzed posts. After setting these preferences, you'll input the keywords for your posts. These can be entered as a list, separated by commas or line breaks. Next, configure the language. Brainogen is multilingual, so you can choose the language for the post. You can also specify formatting options, such as adding extra space between paragraphs for readability. You'll then select the tone of the post. Pre-configured tones include informative, inspirational, subjective, and formal, along with many more options tailored to different writing styles. Alternatively, you can create a custom tone, such as controversial or humorous, to better align with your specific audience or content objectives. The point of view for the post, meaning the perspective in which the content is written, is another critical setting. I generally recommend selecting the first-person perspective. This approach simulates a personal touch, as if the writer is directly engaging with the audience. From an SEO standpoint, this is increasingly important because Google is giving more value to posts that express relevant, experience-driven opinions. This aligns with the EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness framework, where showcasing experience is a key factor. Using the first person helps enhance credibility and relatability, which can positively impact search rankings. Moving on to featured images, you can choose whether or not to include one in your post. If you decide to use a featured image, you have 2 primary options. The first is sourcing free stock photos from platforms like Pixabay or Pexels. These services provide a wide range of royalty-free images suitable for various topics. Alternatively, you can use ChatGPT's AI-generated images. In this case, you can include up to 5 images per post that will cost 1 extra credit in total. For example, let's look at how Brainogen handles this. In one instance, it selected a stock image from a library. In another, it generated an AI image based on the content's theme. Both approaches seamlessly integrate into the post and enhance its visual appeal, allowing you to tailor the final output to your specific needs. There are 2 particularly interesting customization options when it comes to emphasizing key text in your posts. First, you can choose to make important sentences bold. This feature is fully configurable at the section level, meaning you can decide which parts of your post should have bolded text for added emphasis. Additionally, you can take this further by underlining the bold text or assigning it a background color to make it stand out visually. For example, in one configuration, important sentences were set to have a yellow background. This feature not only highlights key points but also enhances the overall readability and aesthetic appeal of the post. Next, let's look at text styling for titles, subtitles, and body text. You have 2 options: use the default styles defined in your blog or completely customize them. If you choose to customize, you can configure various aspects such as the font family, font weight, e.g., bold, extra bold, font size, and font color. This allows you to match the typography to your brand style or the post's theme. The same customization applies to subtitles and regular text, giving you full control over how every element of the post looks. Let's now explore the elements that can be included in a post. Starting with the introduction, you can decide whether or not to include an intro section. If you choose to include it, you can set a title for the introduction and configure its word count. For example, you might specify that the introduction should have between 40 and 80 words, ensuring it's concise yet informative. Additionally, you can customize the appearance of the introduction by setting background colors, borders, and other visual elements to align with your design preferences. This level of customization ensures that every part of your post not only serves its purpose but also contributes to the post's overall look and feel. Here's an example to illustrate. See this background here? I configured the system to use this color. I could just as easily leave it blank, and it would default to a white background with no styling. This flexibility allows you to customize the intro section to your liking or keep it clean and minimal if preferred. For headings, which are the main sections of the post, you can specify how many you want to include. For instance, you might choose between 1 and 3 headings, depending on the structure of your content. Additionally, you can set a word count range for each heading, such as between 40 and 80 words, to maintain consistency while allowing some variation. The styling for headings is equally flexible. You can bold key phrases within the headings for emphasis or apply other styles to enhance their visibility and impact. There's also an option to make elements collapsible. For example, instead of displaying all the text at once, you can configure it to appear as a collapsible accordion. Users would then need to click on a small arrow to expand the content. While the default setting is to display all text, the collapsible option is available if you prefer a more compact layout. Bullet points are another element you can configure. You can specify the number of bullet points, their word count, and their styles. Lists operate similarly to bullet points and are customizable to suit your needs. Tables offer a wide range of configurations. You can decide how many tables to include, with options ranging from 0 to 3 or more. You can also specify the number of columns and rows in each table, setting minimum and maximum values for both. This ensures that your tables can adapt to the content they're meant to display. Styling for tables is entirely customizable. For example, you can assign a distinct color to the first row, another to the first column, and even different colors for the inner cells. In one example, the header row was styled in a darker gray, the cells were white, and the first column used a lighter gray. Alternatively, you could style it in bold colors like green or red, depending on the theme of your post. Here's another example of a table. This one uses red accents, but you could also leave everything in plain white for a simpler look. This level of customization ensures that your tables align perfectly with the overall design of your content. Lastly, FAQs are another valuable element. You can decide how many FAQs to include at the end of your post, specifying a minimum and maximum number. As with other elements, you can configure the word count for each FAQ and apply styles such as bolding or background colors to enhance readability. This feature helps ensure that the FAQs are as visually appealing as they are informative. Next, let's look at key takeaways, which are the critical points or summaries you may want to include in your post. You can configure the number of key takeaways, setting a minimum and maximum to allow for some variability. Additionally, you can specify the word count range for each takeaway to ensure clarity while maintaining conciseness. Like other text elements, the styling of key takeaways is fully customizable, allowing you to highlight these points in a visually distinct way to grab the reader's attention. These key takeaways are part of the wide range of text elements you can include in your post. Now, let's move on to an essential feature, the HTML section, which provides incredible flexibility for inserting custom content into your posts. In this HTML section, you can include any content you want to appear in every post. For example, you might add a banner from an advertising network, links to important sites you want to highlight, or other specific content that aligns with your goals. This section allows you to input anything you consider vital or leave it blank if no custom content is needed. You also have control over where this HTML content will appear, at the top, middle, or end of the post, making it easy to tailor placement to your preferences. Following this, we arrive at the Amazon integration feature, which is entirely optional. If you'd like your posts to automatically include links to Amazon products with your affiliate tracking, you can configure this in the relevant section. Here, you can define a title for the Amazon section and select the affiliate ID you want to use. For users managing multiple affiliate IDs across different regions or tracking categories, you'll first need to register these IDs in your dashboard. Once registered, you can select the appropriate ID during project setup. You'll also configure the category of products to search for. By default, the setting is all, which works well for most cases, but you can specify a particular category if your post's topic is more focused. You can also configure the marketplace for Amazon products, such as .com, .es, .it, or any other regional Amazon site. Additionally, you can specify the minimum and maximum number of Amazon product links to include in each post. This flexibility allows you to tailor the number of links based on the post's length or focus. There's also a disclaimer section, which is essential for legal compliance. By default, the system includes a statement indicating that the links are affiliate links. While this is typically required by law, you have the option to customize the disclaimer text and place it wherever you prefer, at the top, middle, or bottom of the post, depending on your layout preferences. Next, you'll configure how Amazon products will be displayed. There are 3 options for displaying affiliate links. 1. Text-only links. 2. Image-only links. 3. Text and image combinations. For example, in one post, Amazon links were displayed at the beginning of the post using the text and image combination format. This layout showcased the related products, such as Palea snacks, and included the Amazon affiliate links embedded with your tracking code to ensure proper attribution. The system automatically identifies relevant products based on the post's content, creating a seamless integration. This entire process is optional, so you can choose whether or not to include Amazon products in your posts. Now let's move on to the multimedia elements configuration, which further enriches the posts with various types of engaging content. For YouTube, you can specify a minimum and maximum number of videos to include in your post. You also have the option to add playlists, which can be particularly useful for topics requiring deeper exploration or multiple related videos. Additionally, you can customize the background color of these video sections to match your post's design. When it comes to images, Brainogen integrates with Pixabay and Pexels APIs to source high-quality, royalty-free visuals. You can define the minimum and maximum number of images to include. Alternatively, you can use AI-generated images via ChatGPT, adding another layer of personalization to your posts. Similarly, you can choose to include tweets related to the post's theme, setting a minimum and maximum number for these as well. Instagram posts and Pinterest pins are also configurable in the same way, offering even more multimedia options. Moving on to links, you can integrate various types of external content. LinkedIn posts include links to related posts, with the option to make them follow or no follow and open them in a new window. TikTok links add engaging TikTok content relevant to your topic. General links include related links that add depth to your content. Wikipedia links direct users to Wikipedia pages for detailed, authoritative information. The type and number of links you include depend entirely on the nature of your post. For example, a formal or scientific post might incorporate links to .edu or Wikipedia pages, providing credibility and depth. On the other hand, a post about recipes or fitness might benefit more from tweets, Instagram posts, or other visually appealing links. Brainogen's flexibility allows you to tailor these settings to each project. You can configure one project with specific settings and create a completely different configuration for another. The system supports unlimited projects, enabling you to adapt each one to its unique goals. For educational links, you can integrate .edu content to boost SEO and authority. Similarly, you can add government-related .gov links if they fit the context of your post. This configurability ensures that every link serves a purpose and enhances the value of your content. The final step is configuring WordPress integration. Once connected to your WordPress account, all relevant settings will become available. For example, you'll see a list of categories from your WordPress site, allowing you to assign posts to the appropriate category. In this demo, there are no categories displayed because it's a test blog, but in your setup, all categories will appear for selection. Similarly, you can configure tags and assign authors to your posts. If multiple authors are registered, you can choose the one you want to display as the post's creator. Another essential setting is the status of the post. You can choose to publish the post directly as live or save it as a draft. I strongly recommend setting posts to draft mode initially. This gives you an opportunity to review the content before it's published. While Brainogen is highly accurate, it's always a good idea to check for any minor errors or adjustments that may be needed. However, if you prefer automation and are confident in the system, you can set the posts to publish automatically. Once this is configured, you have two publishing options. You can use the Publish Now feature to generate and publish a specific number of posts immediately. For example, you can choose to publish 3, 5, or 10 or any amount of posts right away. Each post takes approximately 2 to 3 minutes to generate due to the multiple APIs involved in creating high-quality content. Alternatively, you can use the scheduling option to plan posts for future publication. With this feature, you can set a start date, such as December 1st, and specify the interval between posts, e.g., one post per day, every few days, or even every few hours. Additionally, you can set the exact time, in GMT, for each post to be published. This level of configurability ensures that your content is released at the most optimal times for your audience. Once all these settings are in place, simply click Create, and your project will be ready. From that point forward, you won't need to touch anything unless you want to make updates or add more keywords. Brainogen handles the rest, automating the entire process and ensuring consistent, high-quality content creation. If you use presets, this process becomes even simpler, as all settings will be pre-filled, saving you significant time. Once everything is finalized, your blog posts will be generated and published seamlessly according to your schedule. To simplify this even further, I recommend using presets. As mentioned earlier, a preset is a predefined configuration for your project. It's essentially the same as setting up a project, but all fields are filled in advance according to your preferences. Once a preset is created, you can reuse it across multiple projects without having to re-enter the settings each time. Presets are especially useful if you manage multiple projects or blogs with consistent requirements. For example, if you have a specific style, tone, or structure for one blog, you can save it as a preset and apply it to new projects with a single click. This approach saves time and ensures consistency across all your content.